Hi, my name is Ken Colby. I'm the author of Green Screen Wizard. Today I want to talk to you about the exciting world of green screen photography. Now there's a lot of myths and misconceptions about green screening and why it works and doesn't work. So today I'd like to talk to you about how Green Screen Wizard fits into the world of green screen photography and some of the problems that it solves for you. So let's get started. Basically, in green screening, what you do is you take a picture of a model in front of a green screen, and then you replace the green with a background. And you can see that this background is seamlessly integrated with the model using Green Screen Wizard and other green screen programs. Most of our 10,000 users are professional photographers. However, you don't have to be a professional photographer to have fun with Green Screen Wizard. We occasionally sell kits for like $80 that contain a screen, some software, and some backgrounds. So you should be on the lookout for those. But here's an example of someone's just shot in the backyard against a green screen, the $30 pop-up screen. And you can see, if you zoom in on her, we can replace the background. Now what's happening here is the background is replaced with the green in this photo is replaced with the background. And you can see we can do just about any background we choose. Now, one of the more difficult things, though, is transparency. Well, with Green Screen Wizard, it has handles the three problems in green screening. It handles hair, it handles transparency, and it handles what's called spill, if there's spill that spilled over in the subject. So as you can see, here's a good example of hair, showing that Green Screen Wizard can preserve black hair or blonde hair. And so hair is particularly difficult for two reasons. One, it's fine, but the other problem is if you ever looked at a blonde in a sunset, you notice that her hair has like a glow to it. Well, that's because the sun is going through her hair and changing colors. In green screening, we have the same problem. The light from the green screen goes through the hair, and it's now a different color green. So if we were to take all the green out of the whole image, every place where there's that green went through her hair would be taken out and she'd be missing clumps of hair. If we only take out the green that's exactly matches the green screen, then she'd have clumps of green in her hair. So you have two choices, green clumps or missing clumps. And that's what gave green screen software the bad reputation to begin with. But now with advanced green screening algorithms, you can actually change the color of the hair back to what it should be and add a little transparency to it, as we saw in the bride, and now the hair looks normal and natural. Now you do have to shoot against the green screen, but what happens if you have a bunch of green flowers or a guy with a green bowling shirt? Well, we can also do a blue screen and replace the blue with the background. So that's the basics of green screening. You take a person against a green screen and you replace that green with the background. But you can do a lot of other things too. You can add magazine covers, we can do sandwich overlays, create greeting cards, do special effects and art. So let's take a look at a few magazine covers. Now this is a sandwich overlay magazine cover because you can see that the bride or the model is between, it has text over, but she's on top of the text below, or the title text. So this is a very professional looking magazine cover. And you can create your own magazine covers for your own events. These are a couple that we just sell. Here's one called Surfer Pro, Warrior Woman. And this one is done by one of our users called Beach Girl. So what's a sandwich overlay? Sandwich overlay allows you to put something in front of the person and behind the person. So here, the little girl has got the globe overlay and the snowy background behind her. And this is one of our popular Christmas globes. This shows it even better. The woman is behind the chair but in front of the umbrella. So she's sandwiched in between the two. And this is done very quickly and easily in Green Screen Wizard. Here's another example. Put people in flowers. I think it's one of the nicer features of Green Screen Wizard, the sandwich overlays. And we've actually added a whole new collection since I did this presentation. So we call the 2012 overlays, where you can put a girl on a bomber or more gardens and all kinds of cool things. Greeting cards are popular. You can make a little Halloween card. We have a Christmas collection. This is another one of the Christmas globes. So it's fun to make greeting cards. One of the things I realized is people have just so much room to put up photos in their home, but they always need greeting cards. So that's a constant source of fun and revenue for people. So here's one done with Photoshop. Now what kind of special effects can we do? Well, one thing we can do is a shadow. So you see this model is standing on in the lawn, and you can see there's a shadow from the tree, but now she's casting a shadow as well. Green Screen Wizard has a very complicated and powerful shadow generator. So we call this, here we have a shadow against the wall. So this is called the floor shadow generator and the wall shadow generator. We can also do sepia tone effects. We can do black and white. And this is a great photo. This was done by a student who wanted to ride the bus with Rosa Parks, and as part of a presentation she did. You can blur the background to give a little more dramatic effect to people. And this is one of my favorites. It's called Silhouettes. So you take a person against a green screen, and then you just, with the touch of one button, you can create silhouettes. Now, usually we go into Photoshop when we want to do art. So here's an example of the same photo touched up a little bit in Photoshop. Here's one where basically take a sawhorse, had this lady dress up, and create this kind of amazing image in Photoshop. Here's another Photoshop to make it look a little more cartoon-like. This is there's a dance troupe in San Diego, so I got up on my balcony and shot these people and created this joy poster. Again, this is with the Photoshop plugin. So what products do we sell? We sell Green Screen Wizard Full, which is our least expensive product, and in the past it didn't have sandwich overlays, but in the 7.0 we added sandwich overlays. We have the Studio Pro with Editor, which is our best-selling product. We have the Pro Batch and Event with Editor, which is for people that do like schools and event photography. And then we have a Photoshop plugin for you folks that just want to get artistic. So with the full version, of course, you can do all the backgrounds, you can add a simple line of text, you can create greeting cards, and all the normal things. And now, in addition, you can do sandwich overlays. The big thing about the Pro Studio is the new airbrush editor. And the airbrush editor is an amazing tool that will allow you to just do about anything in green screening. It can fix hair, it can paint in out blemishes, it can fix problems with the background. Really, just anything that you can do in Photoshop, you can do with the Green Screen Wizard. Well, not everything, but you can do a lot with the Green Screen Wizard airbrush editor. So here's some examples. Here's the normal hair with just regular green screening, and with the editor. Because with the editor, we can actually tell it, hey, we're looking for red hair in the image. You can go in and do that red hair. And the same with the veil. Here's a pretty good veil. It's got some transparency, but we can make the transparency better. And we can restore the green flowers, and we fix the little stub at the bottom. You can actually use the airbrush editor just to touch up things. So it's a very powerful tool. Okay, so what else can we do? We can put any kind of text out. So here's an image I did for the Violettes, which is a singing group. Notice the fancy Violettes text. Again, we can do the sandwich overlays in the Pro version, but I've actually moved some of this to the full version. So these are backgrounds sold by Judy. She does a lot of these kids backgrounds. Here's another example of Silhouette, which is available in the Pro version. So no matter what people have on or what kind of makeup they have, the Silhouette always looks beautiful. So what happens if you're shooting 1,000 pictures a day, at a school, and you don't want to go and load the background, load the foreground, and do all those things? Well, we have batch processing, so that you can go through and combine images. You can put a whole bunch of foregrounds on backgrounds. You can actually multiply, so if you had 10 backgrounds and 10 foregrounds, it would make 100 photos. Each background on each foreground, etc. We have batch print capability, which will allow you to print quickly and easily all of your photos. We have something called event mode, which will allow you to go through your photos quickly at an event, and allows you to pre-set up your printer and basically do shooting very quickly. So here's some examples of people that use the Pro event mode. This was a cover they did at the Steelers game, which I thought was pretty cool. I went to the Boy Scout Jamboree. We shot, thousands and thousands of photos. They had a tent with like 8 photographers and shot all these kids. You can do, like, this was an American encounter. Here's another thing. We don't think about it, but you can get sponsorship. So you get a bunch of sponsors, and then you can go give your photos away to people. So the Photoshop plugin is for people that know Photoshop. If you're not a Photoshop expert, I would not recommend the Photoshop plugin. It's a little harder to use, but there are advantages. You have all of the facilities of Photoshop. Photoshop can read a few file formats. It can handle the 16-bit photos and do some things that the standard program can't. So if you're a Photoshop user, then you can do fancy things like this and create these sort of amazing artistic images. So that concludes my talk about Green Screen Wizard and what it can do and what you can do with green screening. We have something for every price level and every capability level. We go from school children all the way up to professional glamour photographers. So I hope you enjoyed the talk. I hope you take a look at some of our other videos that describe our product in more detail. And I hope this gives you a flavor for what we do. Thank you very much for your time.